Hey everybody, so here's an update on the EVA pod. I've done a bit of work here. Let's take a quick look around. These seams have worked out really well. I didn't have to do any filling, it's just minor sanding with 2 and 400 grit so far. There may be, I don't know if that little black dot is showing up there in dead center, but that could either be a void or it could be just a little black dot on there. I'll find out when I do some more sanding. But this technique worked out really well and I'm happy with it. I've pretty much hidden the crack here that occurred when I pulled the kit apart last time. Over here, one of the usual problems I have on seams is that you get all that noise in the corners. And that was CA and baking soda. I have been able to slice it away with the razor blade, but getting a file in there is definitely the difficult part. And you can see on here I definitely have some filling I need to do. And again, there's a bit of noise going on. One of the early problems I had, which can be seen here, is that as I was sanding the edges flat, they kind of got a bit of a curve to them. So I've been taking the orbital sander and just doing them flat along here, and I've got that little bit of gray ridge there to still get rid of. But on that side, this front bottom here, and this side, it's going pretty well. And again, with the crack that occurred, I've got some damage. If I can get some focus here, that's up in that area just right of the headlight. And I'll talk about the headlights in a few moments. The arms, I may have mentioned previously that I broke this one, and I was able to glue it initially, but gluing it again just wasn't working. And I tried the solder gun thinking maybe I could heat it as it's metal and maybe fix the join, but that did not work at all. So I had to cut new parts out of brass, and that's definitely going to be far more stable. It took about 40 minutes to create that arm there, but or rather the strut. It was definitely a pain that I hope I don't have to recreate for this arm over here, or for either of those upper arm struts there. With the headlights, I'm pretty much ready to proceed. I have some warm white LEDs that I was hoping were going to be a bit more red than the standard ones, which go blue on video. However, these warm ones are closer to true white, so I'll be going with them, and the next video I'll definitely have an update for you on that. Basically, I will be putting all four just in the front, and one of my viewers, Mr. Chief 101, reminded me that the way the headlamps go on these is to just get some of those little googly eyes from a craft store and fit them in place without the eye part, of course, or the googly factor rather. So that will work out well. The electronics are going to go very fast. The arms are not glued in yet, so I got to do that. That'll be one of the last things to do, but those are proceeding well. There's going to be some decal work to do on the end. And I'm considering, I had mentioned that I was thinking about drilling out a spot here for the stand to mount on the wall, but now I'm thinking about maybe recreating the base from the Discovery and having this just sitting on that. So I'd still be able to run the wires out through here, however it would be sitting rather than floating. So we'll see how that goes. I've got some time on that front. But other than that, oh hey, I do actually have an LED here ready for me to light up. So you can see this is much more yellow than a standard white LED, which would be going blue in the video right now. It's definitely some nice lens flare. These will be bright enough, 4 of them especially. I've got a 1K, or rather 2 500K resistors, making a 1K resistor essentially, or a 1000K rather. So I'm still experimenting with the resistors that I'll be using on this. They're rated at 3 volts each. However, I put 2 of those together on a 6-volt power source and they burnt out in half an hour. So this LED, I ran that for about 7 hours yesterday and it's still going good with that resistor on there. I can boost the brightness, but I think this will probably be good enough. I don't want to overdo it. And for HAL's eye, I may run a bit of fiber optic off of one of these LEDs, or just put one inside and go from there. So I'm thinking that's pretty much it for this update. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. See ya.